Hola chicos, today we're going to be talking about los tensos perfectos. There are 4 tensos perfectos in Spanish. The first one is el presente perfecto, which is present perfect. That's the information that you see on your screen. The second one is pluscuamperfecto, which is past perfect. Potencial compuesto is conditional perfect, and futuro perfecto is future perfect. So really, in this tense, there are 2 parts: the past participle, and then the verb haber. So I'm going to teach you how to do the past participle before I teach you how to formulate one of these tenses of verbs. Okay, so we've got forming the past participle, and what you do is with an AR verb, you're going to chop off the AR, you're adding ado, A-D-O. There is irregulars. However, the irregulars I will show you on the next page. There are no stem changers. So if you have a verb like jugar, which is a normally a stem changer, for this tenso perfecto with the past participle, it's just jugado, J-U-G-A-D-O. There's no stem changers. Okay, so basically you're going to chop off the AR and you're adding ado. So for tomar, it's tomado, which means taken. Okay, hablar, chop off the AR, hablado, spoken. So for IR and ER verbs, you will chop off those 2 letters, you will add ido. And for comer, we've got comido, eaten, vender, vendido, sold. All right. Here are some extra notes that I will allow you guys to read through. So this past participle is the second part of the verb. All right. The very first thing that you have to do is conjugate some form of the verb haber. Haber in this case means to have done something. Have is important here because this is the present conjugation of the verb haber. So if I wanted to say, I have eaten, yo he comido una manzana. Okay, down here we have a lot of examples. I'll let you guys read through those. But the first part of the verb, you have to use a conjugation of the verb haber, and then you will use a past participle. So if you look here, I have sung. Have will come from the verb haber. Sung comes from the verb cantar. Since this is an AR verb, you will add ADO on the end of your verb. So, yo he cantado muchas canciones. I have sung many songs. Okay? The past participles here do not change for each tense. The only thing that you have to change is the verb haber. So past participle stays. The verb haber will change. We're going to move on here to the next conjugation. These are going to be the irregulars. I will go ahead and throw those in right now instead of at the end. So for irregulars, we've got double vowel verbs. Any verb that would typically be considered a double vowel, you are going to accent the I on ido. So for caer, we've got caído, creer, creído, leer, leído. So it is still an IDO, but you just have to accent the I. All right, then we've got other irregular verbs and their compounds. I know it says that, it's crossed out down here, but you can see those. Those are just verbs that we don't typically use. So abrir, abierto. So if I wanted to say, I have opened the window, yo he abierto la ventana. She has covered the table. Ella ha cubierto la mesa. So here is the list. Please make sure that you've written those down in your notes. And here are some examples of those. These will never change as far as past participles go. What will change is the verb haber. So, as you will see on our next slide, okay? This is pluscuamperfecto. Pluscuamperfecto is the past tense of this. So these are things that had happened, okay? Present is things that have happened. Imperfecto here is had happened. So so the conjugations of your verb haber, había, habías, había, habíamos, habíais, habían. And again, you use these for things that had happened. So I had eaten many apples. Remember, the only thing that's going to change is the verb haber. Your past participle is going to stay the same. So yo había comido. Comido comes from the verb comer, which is an ER verb. You chop off the ER, you add IDO, and you have your conjugation of the verb haber in the imperfect because it's in the past tense. So you had studied a lot. Tú habías estudiado mucho. Comes from the verb estudiar, chop off the AR, add ADO. Alright, chicos, I know there's a few practice ones down here. If you'd like to do that, that would be fine. If not, that's fine too. Please just make sure that you have the verb haber down in your notes and you have at least 2 examples. Let's continue. We've got the futuro perfecto here. With this is stuff that will have happened. This woman. That's weird. When would we ever use this? Well, here's several examples down here that you would use that with. So we are going to take the verb haber. We are going to conjugate it for the future. So we've got habré, habrás, habrá, habremos, habréis, habrán. And then you add your past participle. Remember, past participles don't change. They are the same. The only thing changes is the verb haber. I will have eaten many apples. Yo habré comido muchas manzanas. All right? You will have studied a lot, maybe at the end of the week. Tú habrás estudiado mucho en el fin de la semana. Alrighty? So make sure that you have the verb haber down in the future. This is stuff that will have happened. And make sure that you know that you have to add your past participle after the verb haber for the future perfect tense. Let's continue. For the conditional perfect, el potencial compuesto, these would have happened. These things would have happened. So over here, I would have eaten. All of this is the verb that you will be conjugating. So we've got our conditional form here. Habría. Guys, it's really important to know that this R separates this from the past perfect, pluscuamperfecto. Okay? Habría is would have happened. If you say había without the R, that's had happened. So it's really important that you make sure that you spell these correctly. And here are several examples, and here are some practice ones. Please make sure that you have the verb haber down in the conditional. You have your accents. You have your past participles that you will add after the verb haber. And remember that the past participles do not change. It's only the verb haber. Okay? Here we go. I didn't think that there was anything more, and there's not. So guys, if you have questions, please feel free to ask me, and if you don't have questions, you're good to go. Make sure that you do 1 page of homework per evening, and have a good night. Thanks so much. That's it, kids.